2.0 have all the credits that you need. Ms. Moody's going to talk in a few minutes about helping out with credits and things that you have to have. Debts you need to take care of with Ms. Morin or on Skyward. You can go online and take care of your debts, but you can also take care of your textbooks through Mr. Stapira or Ms. Polar's.
Take what? Oh, okay.
2.0, that's a big deal. That's also what you need to have. Go to prom, grad bash, participate in clubs, sports, anything else on campus and off campus, but the biggest thing about it is it also gets you to graduation. You have to have a 2.0 in order to walk across the stage and get that diploma. Make sure you're mindful of the discipline policy, which we kind of already covered. You should know by now after your 4th year here. Don't forget outside credits. Ms. Moody, I put down May 3rd because the 1st is a Saturday. Okay, so I put down May 3rd. She's going to talk about that, but all outside credits are due at that time. You have to have them in order to be able to get your diploma and walk across the stage. Athletics, if you guys are interested in going to college as an athlete and getting scholarships, you can talk to Mr. Tucker, Coach Tucker. He is available to help you if you want to go to Division I or Division II colleges. They have the ncaa.org is where you can go and check it out and see what colleges are looking for athletes in your area. The panoramic photo is going to be on December 8th. This will be in the gym. Usually it's around $20 to purchase the big picture. We'll have that together and get you there. I'm not sure the time yet, but usually in the morning time. Senior cap and gown pictures are going to be January 28th. With cap and gown pictures, you have to sign up for an appointment. So you're not going to go through English or economics. You have to actually come to my office and sign up for an appointment slot. When you do, you're going to sign up for a time, and that's the time that you will report to the auditorium to get your picture taken. That is the only day that SWI will be on campus to do cap and gown pictures. Mom and dads really like those, so make sure that you come in and schedule it. I have 2 weeks available, which is January 11th through the 22nd for you to come in and sign up. Senior page information, yearbooks are coming out. I believe these are the prices, but it might change a little bit, so you'll have to talk to Mr. Guest. But he's the person that's in charge of yearbooks. If you want your senior page, maybe not you so much, but your parents do, make sure you let them know that they can put a page in the yearbook for you. Okay, here's the fun stuff that I really, really hope we get to do this year. A lot of you, obviously, everybody missed prom last year. You missed grad bash, or the seniors missed grad bash. So hopefully, with things that'll calm down a little bit, we'll be able to go to these events. If we are, these are the dates that I have scheduled. So for your prom is going to be a Disney World Showcase. It is March 27th, and the tickets are $125. That ticket price has been the same for all 3 years that I have been here, and that ticket price isn't even enough to cover it. So senior class does fundraisers to help cover some of the costs of prom. Because if I really had to charge you the cost, it would probably be close to $150 or higher. I don't want to do that to you, so therefore we do fundraisers, so make sure you support when you buy your t-shirts and stuff for senior class. That also helps out with your ticket cost. Sales are going to be February 1st to the 26th. Hopefully we can bring guests. If we do, the guest forms will be available for you to pick up on January 4th. Bus signups are March 8th. That's where you come into my room and you sign up for a bus with all your friends, and you get to ride that bus down to prom. Grad Bash, I have this scheduled also. It's reserved for April 16th. That is a Friday. Tickets are $115. That also does not cover all the costs, but we go ahead and try to give you a discount. Ticket sales are the 19th to the 26th. You are not able to bring guests at that particular event, so it's just the senior class, and they're just opening it up to seniors only. So hopefully we'll be able to go to that also. Baccalaureate is a ceremonial event that's put on by the community. Usually your parents get together in a committee and they decide how they want to do it. It's usually set at a church somewhere off campus. They are the ones that organize it, and they just let me know what the date and time is. So I'll let you know that as soon as we get closer to that time, which is around May. Graduation, here's the fun stuff. This is what we're all been working for all the way since we were kindergartners. Practice is mandatory. It is going to be on May 27th at 5:30 in the evening at the Livestock Pavilion. So hopefully if everything goes well, we'll be graduating there, and you'll be able to have more than just 2 guests. Last year, seniors could only have 2 tickets for their mom and dad or whomever to be able to come watch them graduate. So hopefully with everything opening up, we'll be able to go back to normal and be at the Livestock Pavilion. So I'm planning it as such, and the ceremony is on May 29th at 9 o'clock. You have to report at 6:45 in the morning. We'll go over a lot of those details as we get closer to it. But it is a lot of traffic and things like that. There will be tickets for sale starting on April 19th. They are only $1. That helps cover the cost of graduation. And you can purchase up to 12 initially. If things are wide open, I'll have extra tickets available for you to purchase later on. But just remember, that's 10 more tickets than last year's seniors received. So keep that in mind and try not to be too upset if there's only 12, okay? It's worse when it was 2. I felt really bad about last year. It was not a good situation. We are happy we had it, so that's a good thing and a positive thing, so I'll just leave it there. Due dates are final. Of course, I put that up there, however, they are subject to change. Based on the community and what's happening out there, all of these dates could change. I feel like this year I'm kind of behind on a lot of stuff because they keep changing every day. We have a Pink Out Pep Rally in the morning tomorrow, so some people said we didn't know about it. I'm like, I just found out about it too because we just did it. So some things open up and allow us to do things so you guys can have a great experience, but they don't open up until last minute when we get approval and things like that, just like homecoming. So just keep in mind, you've got to listen to everything and try to get involved as much as you can while we can. Interested in more? Obviously you know my email, but I've also got to put this PowerPoint on the school's website so you can have the dates as well as your parents can sign up for the email link for the senior email. Okay, before I turn it over to Herf Jones, I'm going to talk about a couple other things. When you first came in this year, I gave you a half pink sheet. This was about dates as well as on the back side, the requirements to participate. So make sure your attendance is still good, especially for prom and grad bash, and make sure that you don't have any discipline issues as well as debts, and the dress code is on here. The other things that you picked up from me is you have another pink sheet. Obviously I like pink this year and it is October. So pink sheet is all the important dates that I have set up for now. Again, subject to change. However, this is something that you can take home and put on your mirror in your bedroom or something to keep track of what's going on. This other sheet is your senior contract. Yes, you have a contract. You've got to sign it to let me know that you understand everything there is about graduation and what's happening. With this senior contract, it has lots of dates, things that you need to know about when practice is, when the tickets are on sale, how to dress for graduation, what's appropriate, not appropriate. So if you need to go out and go shopping, you already know now what you're allowed to wear. Also, it talks about how the graduation ceremony is going to go. The backside talks about your regalia. This year too, and last year, you have to purchase your stole, which is the white stole that goes over. The cords are provided by the county, so you don't have to purchase those. The stoles are $20, and then you have your cap and gown, which he's going to go over the price with as well. But you'll see there, based off your GPA, as to what you're going to get. The GPA is weighted for this, okay? So it's not your unweighted GPA, it's your weighted. So all your higher AP classes and your points will be able to count towards it. The bottom part is what you're going to have to sign as well as your parents. If you still live at home with your parents, they have to sign it even if you're 18. They're the ones that need to know this information. I have to know that they received it. So you're going to sign that, and the bottom part you're going to cut off and turn it to me by November 6th. So that's the week after homecoming. Okay, I'm going to mention real quick about homecoming. Homecoming is the last week of October. We have lots of exciting events. We're going to run homecoming like we have before, except for the dance. We were not approved to do the dance. Therefore, we're hoping that we can have a basketball homecoming in February and have a dance. So instead of having the winter semi-formal, we'll have the big homecoming dance that we normally do at that particular time. But homecoming, we're going to have Cats Capers. It will be 3 sessions that we're going to have in the auditorium. That will be on Thursday. Cats Capers on Thursday. You have to purchase a wristband. I have different colors for each session. So when you come in, it's $3. You come in and tell me which session you want, and I'll sell you the wristband. We also have $5 t-shirts for our wacky WCAT games and our color wars on that Friday. Those are only $5. Come and get those as quickly as you can because I only have so many sizes. Those are for sale now also. Wednesday is going to be court introductions. That's where you're going to come into the gym and you're going to watch the court again like we did last year. But we're going to have 4 sessions. So seniors will be in the morning, and then we have junior, sophomore, freshman later on that day, so we have to split it up 4 times. We're going to crown the king during Cat's Caper session, and then on Friday we're going to have Wacky Wildcat games, but we're going to have 3 sessions of that. What that means is the first one is going to be seniors against freshmen. We're going to have competition and games out there on the football field. Whoever wins that particular one, whichever class wins, will go to the afternoon championship round. The second session is going to be sophomores and juniors, and whoever wins that will go to the championship round. Your goal is to win, because the championship round has a lot more games, more fun, changed up, and it's just also bragging rights. So the senior class should win. But anyway. We have Powder Puff that Monday night of homecoming, so make sure that you come out for that. It is at 6 o'clock here. Also on Friday, after the Wacky Wildcat games, we'll have a pep rally out on the football field 2 times as well, so we can get ready for that night. That night we play Denellen, and we will crown the queen during halftime show. So we will have some tickets available. I'm hoping for people to purchase for that particular evening, and hopefully it'll open up a little bit more. So make sure that you get involved. It is just like last year, but it's just narrowed down, and we just ask that everybody stay safe and wear their masks and stuff like that, and we're able to have these events. We thought the pep rally went really well out there on the football field. Okay, I'm going to turn it over to Miss Moody real quick, and then we'll talk about Herff Jones.
Thank you. All right, I need you guys to be aware of a couple of dates. And when we talk, some of you have earbuds in, and that leads me to believe that maybe you're not listening. So will you take your earbuds out? Because sometimes we miss things when we're talking, and these dates are pretty important. All right, May 1st, or May 3rd, we'll say May 3rd. Everybody write May 3rd on the outside of your packet, on the outside of the envelope. May 3rd is outside credits. Outside credits are Play-Doh, but they are also Marion Virtual or Florida Virtual. What that means is some of you kids who are university bound, you're still working on your foreign language. It has to be turned in order to walk by May 3rd. If you finish it on May 15th, you still get your diploma, but you may not be allowed to walk at graduation, and that makes very unhappy grandparents and parents. Okay, May 1st, May 3rd, May 3rd, May 3rd. Okay, other dates, October 28th. October 28th is FAFSA night here, so those of you who are trying to do trade school, CF, or golf to your university, that is free money based on parents' income and the number of people who live in your house. If you've had siblings go, you might not need to come, but if it's new to you, FAFSA is October 28th at 6. And if you're confused by that, then on November 12th, we are going to do a lab here on campus from 4:30 to 6:30, so parents can come and we will help them complete the FAFSA. Some of you are on your own and parents aren't going to help pay. Again, I'll help you fill it out at that lab. So please, again, make sure you're paying attention to your email. She was talking about that earlier, Ms. Miller. I send you stuff all the time and remind. I'd hate for y'all to miss something, and that seems to be the, oh, I didn't know. And those are the kids with the earbuds in are not checking your email or your reminds. So anyway, I'm trying to keep in with you. So help me help you. All right, now for a round of applause for Herff Jones. That's sad. Give it up. There you go.
All right, good morning.
Good morning.
Oh, that's not very good. But I understand everybody's ready for lunch. But let's try it again. Good morning. All right, not bad. Now, while this music is playing, let me explain to you what I need you to do real quick. Inside your packet, you will find one of these white cards. Take out that card. You're saying, well, Brad, we did one of these cards last year. Totally different card. All right? Take out this card. In just a second, I'll explain to you what this is. So find this card in your packet. All right? Find this card in your packet. All right? Now, while you are looking that up, if you remember last year we talked to you about class rings. I told you then, I said, if you're not real sure exactly what Herff Jones is or what it is that we do, very simple, we help students celebrate. And so obviously, if we help you celebrate, then the time that we're going to get very heavily involved is going to be this year. Because the biggest celebration of your high school career for many of you is probably going to be one of the biggest events of your life up until this point. And that's graduation coming at the end of the year, okay? So, if we help students celebrate, then obviously we're going to be heavily involved with that. So if you don't know us very well yet, you're going to know us very well by the time you get ready to walk across that stage. Now, of course, if you didn't order a class ring last year, it's never too late. We were here a few weeks ago doing class rings with the juniors, but of course seniors can do it as well. About a third. I'll tell you, about a third of the students in Florida that get class rings actually do it their senior year. So if you didn't do it last year, come see me at the end. I've got some packets, and when we take care of your cap and gown and your graduation packages in 2 weeks, you can do a ring as well. So if you need information about that, see me at the end. But what I'm here to talk to you about today, other than class rings, is stuff that you're going to want for your senior year, all right, and that you're going to need for graduation. I mentioned it to the first group that most of you are taking econ and government right now. So the very first thing that you learned when you walked into econ class was there's a difference between a want and a need. Very good. So that package needs to get it home to your parents, okay? So, like I said, be filling out this card, and I'll explain to you a little bit at the end about what makes this card so important. But in that package is everything that you want and everything that you need for graduation. What do we mean by want? Well, if you look up here, obviously you're going to see a lot of things that are going to be fun to you, stuff that's interesting to you, but it's not very interesting to your parents. But then you'll see stuff up here that's not very interesting to you, may seem kind of boring to you, but is very interesting to your parents. For example, the stuff you care about up here is like hoodies and t-shirts and stuff like that, little beanies and cups, the fun stuff. What's important to your parents, of course, is graduation announcements that you're going to send out to family and friends, let them know you're graduating. Obviously, your cap and gown. And then, of course, when you walk across the stage after graduation, you're hoping that you receive a diploma, okay? Well, guess who makes your graduation announcements? We do. Guess who makes your cap and gown? We do. Guess who makes your diploma? We do. So now you understand what I'm talking about. When I say that now, us communicating is no longer optional, you understand what I'm talking about. Because the stuff that we're discussing today, having to do with Herff Jones, is vital. That's kind of the word of the day, and that is vital. So, on that card, the reason why you're filling that card out is because it is vital that you be informed of when we are on your campus this year. Before it was fun, now it's vital. When we're on your campus between now and graduation, it's going to be something you have to know about. Because it's either going to be here to take orders for your cap and gown and your graduation announcements, or it's because we're going to be on campus to deliver your graduation announcements, or it's going to be because we're going to come on campus to deliver your caps and gowns for graduation. So everything that we're going to talk about between now and May 29th having to do with Herff Jones is now all of a sudden become what? Vital. Okay? So the only way that we can stay in communication with you is through this card. This card has never been more important than it is right now. For about 3 or 4 years straight now, during your school year, there has been some sort of interruption. Last year, biggest interruption in the history of public education, right? March 13th, they said, hey, you know what, go home and just take an extra week off, and we'll call you on April 1st. And they told you April 1st, oh, let's stay gone until about May. Then they called you in May, and they say, what? Don't come back. All right? And so, obviously, us being in communication with you is going to be more difficult because there's always something that gets in the way. A couple years before that, it was a storm that knocked everybody out of school for about a week. It happened during the fall, during the time that we were taking these orders. They had to be rescheduled, so you had to find out. How do you find out? Through this information. Also at the bottom of this card, you'll see where it asks you for your height and weight. This is very important. Everyone look at me. I need all the eyeballs on me. Filling out this card does not mean that you've ordered your cap and gown. Okay? Does everybody understand that? This doesn't mean you placed your order. That's going to take place with the information that's in your packet. The reason why we need this card is to make sure that nobody falls through the cracks. If it had not been for this card last year, to be honest with you, there's no possible way we could have made sure that every kid who wanted to participate in graduation was able to, because everybody disappeared in March. Okay? So there's two things that we learned from last year. One, this information in this card is our lifeline or our connection to you to make sure that you don't fall through the cracks. Okay? And the second thing is we learned last year that you cannot mess around. You have to take care of your business on time this year. Because honestly, we don't know what's coming around the corner. Okay? So get this information filled out. At the very end, we'll take this up and I'll explain to you just real quick about what exactly this packet is for. Okay? I'm going to have to skip through some of the items, but I'll give you some of the basics and give you the highlights of the stuff that is vital for you to know. In this packet, like I said, is everything that you want for graduation, everything that you need. The stuff that you need is what? Cap and gown, Okay? Stuff that you need is graduation announcements to send out to family and friends, let them know about graduation. Again, it's an announcement, just like the ones we make for you, just like the ones we make for the University of Florida, Florida State, Miami, Harvard, Yale, Columbia. Okay? So it's pretty cool to know is the same people who make the caps and gowns for Florida State, Florida, Miami, Harvard, Yale, Columbia, we even make the robes for the U.S. Supreme Court. The graduation announcements for all those prestigious universities and colleges, the same people, us, we make those same products for you. So it's pretty cool to know the biggest event of your life, you're going to get the best thing that you can to celebrate, okay? I tell kids all the time, very simply, we do everything at the highest level. And so that's good to know on your behalf, all right, that you're getting all that stuff. So in there is your stuff that you, like I said, that you need. The cap and gown, the graduation announcements, the stuff that you might think is boring. This summer we sat down with your class officers of the senior class, and we sat down, just like we do every summer, and we created a custom graduation announcement just for you and your grad year. Okay? This is the design that they put together over the summer that we've created for you and your class. All right? Just like we do, like I mentioned before, for just about every high school and college throughout the entire country and all those prestigious universities that I mentioned as well. So your the stuff, like I said, that you need, cap and gown, graduation announcements, boring to you, important to your parents. And then the stuff that's not so boring that you might care about a little bit more, all the fun stuff, all the goodies, the stuff you see hanging up here. As I mentioned before, you don't have to have a t-shirt for graduation, you don't have to have a hoodie for graduation, but it sure is nice to have one to celebrate your senior year. When you order these items, you get these items up front, because obviously nobody wants a senior hoodie in May. All right? These are things that you're going to get up front when you order. The fun stuff, like I said before, clothing, the knickknacks, the beanie. The kids went nuts last meeting about the scrunchie. We have scrunchies this year, all right? And so you'll see, we'll make sure that Miss Miller gets one, and she'll be wearing it at homecoming, all right, when you'll have the wacky Friday Wildcat thingamabob out there, all right, that you see up here, all right? All those items you get up front, the big old fat mega tassel that everybody likes to hang from the mirror of your car. You'll go ahead and get the fun stuff, like I said. We put all that in packages to make it easier and to save you money. Okay? If you want to order individual items, great, but you got to take care of your items that you want and the items that you need. Most specifically, like I said, your cap and gown along with the other items. Now, after all that being said, if you want information about class rings, see me at the end. I've got some packets. But if you don't remember anything else that I tell you today, you have to remember this, and that is when I am coming back. Okay? And write this down on your packet, and then we'll be done. On the front of your packet, all right, we'll take up these cards on the way out, but on the front of your packet, please write this down. Homecoming week is going to be busy. We are going to be here on the 28th and 29th, Wednesday and Thursday. During lunches, we'll either be in the cafeteria. If it's a nice day, maybe we'll set up outside. You'll just come find us, but do not forget, take care of your business on time. We are going to be here on the 28th and 29th, the Wednesday and Thursday of homecoming week, to take these orders for your cap and gown and all your graduation items. If you don't feel like messing with this stuff during homecoming week, between now, starting right now today, the website is activated for you to order online at herfjones.com. But you need to take care of your business between now and those days. Okay? When you tell people online, they automatically think that means I can do it anytime. No. Online is created to make the process more convenient for you, but don't equate that with Amazon. Okay? Cap and gown's not showing up at your house in 2 days. Okay? If we've got to make a cap and gown for every kid graduated from high school and college throughout the entire country, and every kid gets their own cap and gown with their name on the package, built specifically by their dimensions, and every single kid gets a different one, every school's color is different, every task is different, we got to start now, okay? So, online is available between now and those order days. You can do it tonight if you want to, if you don't want to mess around on campus, but you got to take care of your business between now and then. Last thing, go ahead and pass your cards to this center aisle. I'm going to take those up, all right? And then we're going to rock and roll. Does anybody have a question? Does anybody have a question? Any questions, any questions, any questions? Yes, ma'am. Don't worry about cap size. Thank you. Don't worry about cap size. Sorry, I forgot to tell you that. Don't worry about cap size. If you leave it blank, don't matter. If you wrote something in there, who cares? Doesn't matter. All right? Thank you. Your head size looks average anyway.
Okay, you started it on the way out.
Cards, 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 cards. Take a card, have a card, need a card, give a card. On a card. If you didn't get done, go ahead and finish filling it out. You can just hand it to us on your way out. Thank you, ma'am. Is that perfect? Cards, cards, cards. Does anybody else have a question? Any questions? Comments? All right. General ideas? No? Like I said before, if you're interested in the class ring, we have those catalogs for you on the way out. Just stop up here and grab one. All right? Like I said, don't leave without handing in a card. Thank you, ma'am. And don't forget, if you don't remember anything else, you got to remember these dates. All right?
Okay, let's give it up for Herb Jones. Okay, this kind of concludes our meeting. A reminder, tonight, 6 o'clock is parents, so please have them come, first serve. If you have questions, email me. If you want to come by and see me, you're more than welcome to in student activities. And finally, they're waiting on the bell?
Stay seated.
Okay, stay seated, wait on the bell, they said. Okay, finally I want to say congratulations, class of 2021. Don't forget